Good afternoon, ladies and gents. Mother's Day today, so I would like to wish all the mothers out there a very happy Mother's Day. I hope you've all had a lovely day. We are just getting ready to celebrate our Mother's Day with an evening meal. The whole family, there's 18 of us, going out for a restaurant tonight. I've got a very busy week ahead, but I am starting to get on top of things in the greenhouse now. So I thought, because I'll not have much time this week, and next Saturday, on the weekend, we have our seminar for the North East Horticultural Society. It's an all-day event, but I'll be busy on the Friday, Saturday and the Sunday, hopefully entertaining a few guests. So next weekend I'll not have a chance, which is the end of the month, so I thought I'd do it a week early. Quick update for the end of the month, 19th today, 19th of March. We'll have a quick look. I'm now through a lot of my stock. Still got some in 1 litre pots, but a lot of it is now up in a 5 litre. I'll quickly go through it and we'll take a look as we go. Moving across, on the far side, we've got the very late set King Charles, still in 1 litre pots. Next to them I have some CSCs in 1 litre pots. We've got tomatoes. It's my own seed from Maisie. They're flying away. They're in 2 litre pots ready to be potted on, but I will now get a lot of cuttings off those. Just a few 3 early peppers, some basil, sweet basil, and some of the purple basil. A few onions. These are my own onion. It's the large exhibition. These are the very late set ones. They weren't set until mid to late February, around about the 15th of February, I believe. I'm now starting to pot those into 1 litre pots. Few Blanche leeks there, they're now potted up, waiting for collection. Right, and here I've moved them up into 5 litre pots a week or so back. Just as I've had space, I've potted, maybe 3 or 4 night up. These are Prince William. They were looking long, but now they're not. I haven't nicked them. They're down to 1 inch. You can see that one still hasn't fully recovered behind there. But they're looking quite nice. More than happy with those. Very long foliage on it. Beautiful and clean, as we can see. Looking nice. Behind them we've got some onions, which I've now got up into 3 litre pots. They're moving along quite nicely. Moving on here. This is King Charles pot leek. It was looking long, and as you can see, I've taken a knife to it. They look a little bit disastrous at the moment, but I've split them right down. These again are down to 1 inch now, so we'll see if these recover. I have some further down, which are still a little bit long, but I have cut them back also. So they're looking a lot better now. I'm quite happy with those. Just to let you see how we've taken a knife to them, split the buttons and reduced the length. And behind that, we've got some large onions. Once again, it's just my own onion. These were set on, let's have a look, the 25th of November. So they're not early set. They have had a little stint on the lights, but they haven't had a lot of light. They did get 24-hour lighting in my growth chamber, and that was, sometime in January, I believe, just to give them a little boost. But they only got about 8 or 9 days, so I'm more than happy with those. Moving on to some virus-free, just 1 row virus-free there, 3 litre pots. I'm looking for length on those because they're Cumbrian, so I don't mind those getting long. This is PKH, Peter Kerry's hybrid. This was grown originally in Dennis Nuttall's garden. They're looking very nice, 3 litre pots, and I'm very happy with them. I know Peter has some tremendous ones, Peter Kerry. Peter did a video, but he's tried to get it sent through and it's too long. It won't download into my phone. So hopefully we'll get it through the computer in the next day or two, and I will post Peter's garden. Some big leeks over the back, but we'll get round to those. Right, I was mentioning Prince Charles with a bit of length on. As we can see, I have nicked the buttons, as we can see here. Just drop that. You can see that the button's now dropped beneath it. I'll probably drop that. Oh, that button's cracking anyway. So as they're growing, they are starting to drop their buttons. I'm not too worried about the length. At the moment, they're about 3 inches. And they're looking quite nice. I've just moved all these up this week into 5 litre pots. Moving on to Prince William. So that's King Charles. Moving on to Prince William. Again, these have just been potted up as the weeks progressed. Nice and short. They're looking quite nice. I'm very pleased with them. They're looking, one or two are bent at the moment. They've got very long flags and the weight of the foliage is actually pulling them over. As this flag grows, it'll actually switch back the other way. There's one behind it you can see start to pull the opposite direction. But I'm quite happy with those. Some of them are pulling towards this side of the greenhouse, so I've turned the pots around because they were starting to move over for where the sunshine's coming from. Moving on to Blanchleeks, Princess C. This is my new Blanchleek. I'm very happy with it. It's growing away very nicely. These ones I haven't collared. I'll show you a few different systems of collaring Blanchleeks. But as you can see, they are a little bit thicker than my finger. I usually say as thick as a Sharpie pen before I start putting collars on. I'm just wanting to see how it will pull without any collars on. At the moment, they are probably 9 inches and they haven't had any collars at all on. Just a little support to keep the foliage up. These ones were a little bit farther on, collared completely. This is now a 13-inch collar or 13.5-inch collar on here. They're looking very nice. I'm happy with those. They're collared right the way down to the ground. Similar weight to what these are, but collared right up. Here's some that we haven't put the damp course on. I've just put the pipe lagging on. This is pipe lagging cut. It's 22mm pipe lagging. And as you can see, these are quite handsome plants. Again, 13 to 14 inch collars. These are 14 inch on here. Just depends, what I've had at my disposal. So as you see, we've got ground upwards, right up to 14 inch. I was running short of pipe lagging, so I've cut some into short lengths, about 4 or 5 inches. And I've put these where we can just slide them up the barrel of the plant. So as the plant rises, we can raise the collar. Again, they're looking nice. It's not my preferred method, but I know a lot of people do prefer it, so I'm not knocking it. We'll give it a try. Here, these are the collars that were on previously. These are 9 to 10 inch collars. All I've done is slid them up. So now they're stood again round about the 12 to 13 inch mark. So they're, just slid up the plant. Sorry, that's the end of the Princess C. We now move on to RMG. This is the leek that Niall Curry won the national with down at Malvern last year. And they're looking looking very nice. One Prince Charles, which was an oddball and it was left. It struggled to get away actually, but it was very clean. It had a good root system on it. So I've actually collared it up with they are 7-inch collars, I believe. And believe it or not, it looks very nice underneath. It's got a good circumference on it and it's pulled up already to about the 6-7 inch mark. These are the onions. One row of seedlings my own, one row of my own pips. Got those off Tom Powell, and some pips from David Metcalf's stock, again from Tommy Powell. Moving around the back of the greenhouse, this is all my own plants. This is the GSN 2. I had this last year. I just called it New Cumbrian last year. Very straight, superb quality. I do think that this is a definite leek for the future. They're not big at the moment. They were tiny, tiny little pips. If you remember, the head got burnt and I lost all the grass. I got some tiny pips off very late, sort of November time. They struggled to get away, but now they're away, they're making nice root. And I'm very pleased. They're nice and clean. That's all the stock I have of it for this year. Hopefully I'll have stock next year. These are some of the small onions that I've just taken from cells and started to pot up. Quality onions, late set, mid-February. As you can see, I've put a split cane with a little wire hoop that I've just made myself, just to keep them growing. And then there's a second hoop a little bit higher up, which they will grow through. As we pot these into larger pots, from a 1 litre, I will add different supports. But at the moment, that's the support. Some of the Ballsworth leek. They're looking quite nice. They're starting to put a little bit of weight on. Narrowing the flag a little bit, but they're standing up well. They're, again, nice colour, and they're rooting up well. These are just 1 or 2 spares, which I'm keeping for stock, Princess C and RMG. Moving along, these are the original GSN, number 1. This leek's won the national on a couple of times. Very good quality. Very difficult to grow, I must be honest. It does split. Nice and short at the present moment. Making root very nicely. It was one of the later ones potted up. I'm quite happy with those. Moving on to the original Cumbrian. As you can see, the virus in it. This is virus. It's not thrip damage. But as you can see, it is fairly heavily virused. It will start to grow out as the plant gets bigger and starts to put new growth out. With, it needs sunshine. But they're in 5 litre pots. They're rooted through. They're around about the 4 to 5 inch mark around. So they're moving quite nicely. Here's a new one. This is PK8. This is Kevin Young's. It's another Peter Carey hybrid. These are the seedlings that Peter sold a couple of years ago. Kevin had a really nice one, kept it for stock, and this is it. And believe it or not, these haven't had lights, but they are big. These are 6 inches around. Again, this is a 5 litre pot, and they're growing very well. Beautiful colour, as we can see. Very clean, looking very nice. Good flag count on them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Maybe 13 or 14 flags on there at the moment. Nice looking leek. Some small PKH waiting to go out. Moving along here, this is Peter Carey's blue leek. Again, these have only been up in here maybe 10 days, a fortnight. 3 litre pots, and they're rooting through very nicely. Just a nice size. I have seen bigger, but I'm quite happy that they're not too big. Moving here, these are very late set King Charles. I did get some small pips off, which I put in the fridge, and I kept them until Christmas. This is the ones. They're nice and short, so I'm very pleased with those. Set away at Christmas. We're in mid-March now. I think they've made remarkable growth. They will get planted in my trench. 2 or 3 DN1s here. I forgot to show you the DN1s on the opposite side, but they're looking very nice. I showed you the CSCs. What have we got along here? These are virus-free Cumbrian. They're looking very nice. I'm quite happy. I did burn them. I sprayed them and the sun come out, and the bottom foliage did get slightly burned. It looks like virus, but it's not. It is burn mark off the spray, as we can see by that one there. But they're coming away quite nicely. These are some, believe it or not, this was an earlier set batch of onions than the big ones. That was the 12th of November they were set, and that one, that's the batch of the 25th. So there's 4 on this end from the 25th, and there's 2 as there are on the back pile, the bigger ones. They were set a week or 2 earlier, but I put those on the lights and they were in 1 litre pots, whereas these ones were in 2 litre pots when they went into the lights. They're now in 5 litre, and the ones behind are in 25 litre. That's about everything. Going down the middle bench. Yep, that's the way the greenhouse is looking at the moment, ladies and gents. Few people have asked questions about blanching temperatures. How low can you let your temperature drop? Obviously, I try to keep frost free, but I'm not particularly worried now. As long as my tomatoes are still quite healthy, they're not taking any check in the peppers. I have a lot of basket plants on the go now, and they're not getting harmed with the cold weather. I've got no heating on down there, and this heater in here has turned down to 35 degrees, so if there's a frost, the heater will come on. If there's no frost, the heater will remain off. That's about it for the present moment, ladies and gents. I will do a catch-up in 2 or 3 weeks' time. I'm a mile behind with my trenches and that now. They were prepared, but there need to be a fair bit of work done on them. Maybe in the next week or so I'll get onto that. I've got a busy week ahead, so it'll certainly not be this week. I've also got the skins to be put back onto my polytunnels down the bottom. I'll have to get those on order, get those in stock, and just wait for a nice fine day. Thank you very, very much now. See you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.